1936. I remember the Queen Mary making her maiden voyage. The Depression had held up the Mary's construction, but the sorrows of her birth didn't make her final lines any less beautiful. Later, she won back the blue ribbon from the French liner Normandy. Yes, it's a beautiful ship. Among the transatlantic travelers that year was a lady bearing a famous name, Sarah Churchill. Then there was a Mr. Vic Oliver.
Mr. Oliver, is it true that you're going to marry Miss Churchill?
That is a statement that I cannot answer at the present time because, as I said before, I must wait till her brother Randolph arrives here tomorrow morning.
And behind that great skyline, new concrete, steel, and great spanning bridges. An America demonstrating new strength in tremendous public works and giant undertakings.
In the name of the people of the United States, to whom you, bold and arm, are a symbol of greater things in the future, and in the honored presence of guests from many nations, I call you to life.
At the touch of a switch, waters hitherto controlled only by nature gushed forth to make a spectacle, as Franklin D. Roosevelt had put it, symbolic of a nation pulling itself together after the dark days of uncertainty and depression. The New Deal found a dam being opened, it seems, nearly every other week. And where there were dams, there was power. And where there was power, there was recovery. I recall well the docking of another ship on the Atlantic seaboard that year, because on her deck was a man whose opinions were always forthright. If you might be uncertain as to whether that was the most famous beard in history, the one man to convince you was GBS. Of George Bernard Shaw, the American reporter asked a very interesting question.
About King Edward, sir, now do you think that he'll take a wife now that he's son of the throne?
Now, how on the face of the earth do I know? He's got on to middle life without being married. Why shouldn't he go on the rest of it without being married? There are heirs to the throne all around him. He can't get married now without cutting out his niece. He's very popular.
And you think for that reason it might hold him back from getting married?
Well, I don't speculate about it at all. It's impertinent. He doesn't speculate about whether I'm... Well, I forgot I'm married, of course, already, so I couldn't have anything to say about that.
A month or so later, an American newsreel had more to say on the same subject.
King Edward VIII, the world's most famous bachelor, has often been a best man, but never a bridegroom. At the wedding of the Duke of Kent, King Edward seemed pleased to see his youngest brother march to the altar, but his own wedding march has yet to be written. Today, the American press is filled with rumors of royal romance, of the possibility of King Edward marrying Mrs. Wallis Simpson, the former Baltimore belle. Yesterday, as a girl, she lived in Maryland in this quiet and humble Baltimore home. Tomorrow, she may dwell in Buckingham Palace. King Edward and Mrs. Simpson have been pictured together on many occasions, and in this topsy-turvy world, it may be time for an American woman to marry a British king. Only one man knows the answer, and as yet, he is keeping it a royal secret.
But such voices were as yet unheard in Britain.